The United Nations Development Program, UNDP, along with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, donated $100,000 Belize worth of materials and supplies to the National Emergency Management Organization and to the City Emergency Management Organization this morning to aid in hurricane relief efforts. Deputy Resident Representative for UNDP, Karen Bernard, spoke with us about the donation.
Well, after Hurricane Earl hit Belize several days ago, a UN system, United Nations, was concerned about the impact on people, especially the people who live in housing that's more fragile and the people who had some of their roofs destroyed and lost some of their belongings. So we mobilized to try to get some funding quickly. We have a small donation. In this case, it's an amount of $50,000 altogether, half of which is being delivered by UNDP, specifically in Belize City and Ladyville area. Now, the other half would be delivered by my sister agency, UNHCR, in another part of the country where they tend to work. Just trying to deliver some items, roofing, repair materials, also some mattresses, household cleanup kits, so that people can start to get their lives back to normal. This assistance would reach approximately 125 families in the Belize and Ladyville area, and that's based on an assessment done by NEMO and CEMO as to which families were most affected and would need certain types of items.
There to receive the donation and materials was CEMO's representative, Councillor Philip Willoughby. He spoke with us about how they will use these supplies.
Have activated to seek funds from through their various organizations within the UN, and I believe to this end, at today's handing over, we'll be receiving up to 100,000 in donations, and I was also briefed that they are knocking on other doors within the UN forum to see if they can get additional supportive funds to help all those who were affected by Hurricane Earl. Got mattresses, windows, ply-sem, and other 2x4 type lumbers, and so forth to assist with home repairs.
Half of the contribution was given by the UNHCR. Gilia Batistea, Associate Protection Officer, spoke with us about the needs that they have been observing after Hurricane Earl, stating that the two main needs that people are facing are assistance to recover their damaged fields and school resources.
Doing the needs assessment specifically in Armenia and in Valley of Peace directly through our officers and also in consultations with the community representatives. A lot of people are worried because their fields have been destroyed and their harvest that was their main source of income has been destroyed. They are requesting for help in that sense. They also are worried that the school year is going to start soon, so they don't have income to buy school supplies for their children. And of course, these are people already living at in conditions of extreme poverty. So they are lacking the minimum to clean their houses, to even survive with food. And this is something that we're trying to help.
The handover was conducted at Militia Hall on the George Price Highway. On Thursday, the Belize Red Cross received a donation to continue the work they have been doing to provide continued relief to victims of Hurricane Earl. The $40,000 donation was from the Protected Areas Conservation Trust, PACT, and was handed over by Chair of the Board, Dr. Colin Young.
As you know, Hurricane Earl created extensive damage throughout Belize, and it impacted significantly numerous families. As a result of the great need that existed, the Board of Directors of PACT felt it important for us to contribute towards the relief efforts. And based on that need, the board approved a total of $100,000 for hurricane relief, of which $40,000 is earmarked for the Belize Red Cross to use to procure school materials for needy students. These can cover books, pencils, pens, uniforms, and so on, because of the impact where some families lost everything. The other $60,000 is being used to assist our co-managers who manage our protected areas on behalf of the government and people of Belize. Many of them receive impact to their visitor centers and their trail systems, many trees that are down, and also to assist in fire prevention during the dry season. So that is what the $100,000 covers.
Director of the Belize Red Cross, Lily Bowman, said the donation will go a long way in assisting them with their ongoing work.
Another donation. I'm so happy for our people. More help coming for them. This donation in particular is towards school supplies and the needs of school children to get them ready and get back to school. As you heard Dr. Young, he mentioned that $10,000 will be invested in notebooks, giving facts about PACT. So we'll be putting that along with other school supplies and expenses. We have not sat down to talk exactly how what exact materials we'll be putting in, if it will be school bags and supplies or it will include uniforms. So we have to sit down as a team and see where exactly the need is. But it's definitely going into the children's education preparedness.
Petrocaribe gave a donation to 2 agencies this afternoon to help with hurricane relief efforts. The Belize City Council received an amount of $25,000 and the Belize Red Cross received $7,500. Chairman of Petrocaribe, John Mencias, stated that they want to assist the people in need as a result of the hurricane as a form of social responsibility.
We are simply here as a good corporate citizen to try to help in the relief and recovery efforts. And we know that the Belize City Council and the Belize Red Cross has been right in the thick of things. And so we felt that we should give a small contribution. Bear in mind our size compared to the big giants like Telemedia and Bicol and so on, right? We're not anywhere close to that. So we wanted to make a donation of $25,000 to the Belize City Council to help with the recovery efforts, and a smaller donation to the Belize Red Cross of $7,500. We have been involved and we want to continue to be behind people like yourselves who seem to be pushing as hard as possible and actually getting things done. So I don't want to make it sound like it is an open door, but that you can, come back to us, and if we can assist, we will try our best to do so.
Mayor Darrell Bradley was present to receive the donation and stated that resiliency is shown when every member of the society comes together to help each other.
Resilience really comes from the community. It comes when all stakeholders come together to lend a helping hand. And in this particular case, members of the business community and you as a business leader showing your willingness to lend a helping hand to those most vulnerable within our community.
Director of the Belize Red Cross, Lily Bowman, spoke about the number of families that have been assisted by the Red Cross so far.
Red Cross to be able to reach in 2 weeks 3,036 people or 815 families, and have literally assisted 41% so far, and we continue every day. I think this will go a long way. Just like all the other donations we've gotten, we will put this, if you don't mind, into our cash transfer program, because what that has been doing is really giving the affected families that flexibility and that dignity to go and get what they believe is their priority, put it into their priorities. And it has been received well. We have worked so far in the Ladyville, as assigned by NEMO, in the Ladyville area of Japan, in Lord's Bank, in Belama Phase 4. We asked for that area, and we worked in there. We also went up to Vista Del Mar. We called it Part 1 and Part 2. And we're in Mascal today, and we'll be going to the Belize River Valley. We have a plea from Crooked Tree to go in there. So there's a lot of work more to be done.
Mencia stated that the amount given to the Red Cross is a part of an ongoing program that they have with the agency and different initiatives in the community.